I'm having a look at Drive by Incubus today. It's reasonably simple to play. There's not much to it. Some of the shapes, the chord shapes might be slightly unfamiliar to you. There's just 2 chord sequences in this. The main one has 4 chords in it. The first one is a variation on E minor, and it's a bit like an E minor 7. If you know an E minor 7 bar chord, which would be that, it's like that without actually barring. So what we do is have first finger on the 7th fret, 5th string, third finger, 4th string, 9th fret. The 3rd string is open, second finger is on the 2nd string at the 8th, and the 1st string's open. So is the 6th. So if I just play through each string, it's this. The next one is an E minor 9. And this is more of a standard shape for an E minor 9, which is 2nd finger, 7th on the 5th string. A bit of a stretch back to 1st finger on the 5th fret, 4th string. 3rd finger, 3rd string, 7th fret. And 4th finger, 2nd string, 7th fret. And it doesn't, on the song, it doesn't really play the low E on this chord very much, but it would work with the chord. It's an E, and the chord is a kind of an E chord, so it fits. But most of the time, probably avoid that string if you can. And then the 1st string is open, which is also an E. So if I just play through each string. So that's the 2nd chord. The 3rd chord is a variation on a C major 7. You may already know a C major 7 bar chord, which is this. The chord he uses is basically that, but with the 1st string open, so there's no bar involved. We don't use this string. So it's 3rd fret on the 5th string, 5th fret on the 4th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, and 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then the 1st string's open. So it's and the 4th chord, the last one, the way we play this one, this is a strange one. It's not really a full chord, it's just a sort of part of a chord. You want to leave your 3rd finger where it is from this chord here. So on the 4th string, 5th fret, leave that there. Take the others away and put your 2nd finger on the 5th fret at the 6th string. And by doing this, you'll be slightly muting this string because your finger will touch it from underneath, and that's good. It's not the end of the world if that's not muted, because it's an A note, which we're playing here anyway, so it's the same. So it won't really matter, but it sounds a little bit clearer if you can mute that. It's quite difficult not to mute it. And then this one, staying where it was on the previous chord. And he mainly plays those notes, those strings, those 3. So you can catch the 3rd string as well, which is also a G, which this finger's playing here. So you've really just got 2 notes in this chord, A and G. And if you happen to catch the 2nd string or the 1st string open, it will sound fine. It's basically an A minor 7 chord, but it's not a standard shape. So the 4 chords again. And the rhythm for that is this kind of rhythm. If I do the approximate strum pattern with this hand, it's that's down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up. And as with any strumming, you need to try and keep this arm moving. Now this doesn't have to be a very precise thing, but he kind of, on the record, he aims for certain bass notes at the beginning of each chord. So you don't have to be exact with this, but this is what he's doing. On the very first chord, he plays the low E, and then the sixth and then the fourth. And they're the two, those first two downstrokes. That's what it does. So it's like that. And the second half of the strum pattern is on the next chord. So it's. So that'll take a bit of practice to get the chord change midway through the strum. And then similar thing for the last two chords. On the C major 7, just plays the C bass note this time, the fifth string. So that's. Now, as with anything like this, if you speed it up a bit without worrying too much about being perfectly accurate, it will sound better because it will have a kind of a groove to it. So that wasn't absolutely perfect, but it worked because it flowed. Okay, there's only one other section to the song, because what we've just played is the intro, the verse, and also the chorus. So the only other part is a pre-chorus, or sometimes people call that a bridge. And the pre-chorus comes in between the verse and the chorus. And what happens there is we play this C major 7 variation that we've already used. Play that chord, and then to an A7 chord. Now, you probably already know A7. The usual way people play this would be like that, or maybe with these two fingers. For this song, I'd recommend using these two fingers, because we've just come from this one. They're already in place, and all we have to do is take those away and move back, like that. So they don't have to come off. And the strum is roughly the same as for the first section. Anything I would say about that is the second chord, the A7, is pushed, and a push is where you come in before the beat. So if I play those two chords without pushing the A7, it sounds like this. And now I'll push it. And one other thing to mention is, if you listen to the original recording of this, when he plays the A7, it does this two chord sequence 4 times. The first time is just straight, so you just play the two chords. The second and third times, on the A7, he does this little extra bit, which is where you lift your little finger off, like this. So do that slowly. So I'll put that in context. Nothing this time. And then on the fourth time, he just plays the A7 once and lets it ring. And that's kind of the whole song. The only other thing is the very ending. They play around the chorus several times, which is the same as the verse, the first bit we did, 4 chords. And at the very end, just to end it, he plays the last part of the pre-chorus, which is... And that's the end of the song. So in terms of structure, it's very simple. There's just 2 chord sequences. That. And this. So before trying to play the song properly, I'd really familiarise yourself with those 5 chords that are involved. and then look at the rhythm. But don't get too bogged down with the exact rhythm and the exact strings that you're playing. It's better to try and capture the sound of the song by doing roughly the right rhythm, but get the chords in order and more importantly in time. And then you can build on sort of accuracy after that. Okay, I hope that works out okay, and if there's any other songs you'd like to see lesson videos on, please let me know, and please subscribe if you like this one. Thanks.